All of the major European soccer leagues are back in action this weekend, and I have three different parlays that I like from some of the leagues. I'm going to start it off in the Premier League, EPL, with Tottenham and Brighton, and I like both teams to score in this game. Based off the name recognition alone, you might not think this is a big match, but Brighton are sixth in the EPL table, and they're just 4 points back of Spurs. This is a huge match for both sides as they race for the European spots. Only City and Arsenal have actually collected more points than Brighton in the past 10 rounds. Brighton have only lost one of their past 15 across all competitions, and that one loss was also the only time they failed to score a goal in that time. Their opponents, Tottenham, are very erratic, and you don't really know what you're going to get with them, but they still have potent attackers up front, and they haven't lost the game in their past 4. At home, they've only failed to score twice in their past 19 games. This looks like it has both teams to score written all over it, and we're going to start with that part for the parlay. But we're going to also add two teams just to grab a goal, and that's all we're going to need from them. And we're going to go with Leicester to score a goal for the second leg of the parlay. The Foxes could very well suffer relegation this season as they sit in 19th spot. They're actually below this weekend's opponents, Bournemouth, who are 18th. Still, no one has allowed more goals this season than Bournemouth's 57. Across their past 16 road matches, Bournemouth have actually only kept one clean sheet, so I think Leicester will get a goal in this game at home. And I also think Aston Villa will get one goal at home themselves. They're flying right now. They're 5-1-0 in their past 6. They've scored 11 goals in that stretch, and they've also scored in each of their past 15. Forest may be just above the drop zone, but they've allowed 52 goals, and they've conceded in each of their past 8 games. On the road, they've conceded 18 goals in their last 7 across all competitions. So if we go Villa to score, Leicester to score, and Tottenham and Brighton, both teams to score, you can get plus 135 odds. For the second parlay, we're going to move over to Germany, and we're going to go to the Bundesliga. This could be the biggest game in Germany this week, at least from a goal standpoint. At least that's what I'm hoping. And it's Leverkusen, who are in 7th, against Frankfurt, who are in 6th. It was 5-1 Frankfurt earlier this season when these two teams met. But when they meet up, usually, that's not the only time that there's a lot of goals. Prior to that 5-1 result, let's look at some of these score lines. 2-0, 5-2, 3-1, 4-1, 2-1, 4-0, 3-0, 6-1, 2-1, and 4-1. The last game to have only one goal was way back in 2017. Leverkusen have now won 6 in a row, and they're undefeated in 8. They've scored in 11 straight, and the over 2.5 is 8-3 in those 11 games. Frankfurt may be starting to slump, but they've still scored in 15 of 17 league games. I think we see some goals in this one. Even though Frankfurt might be slumping, they still want to hold on to that spot right above Leverkusen. Let's go both teams to score over 2.5. That alone will get you even money, which could be good enough all on its own. But if you want to bump it up just a little bit more, I think we have two games that should at least see 2 goals. The Bundesliga is a goals league, and these two teams, Mainz and Bremen, they usually have goals in plenty of goals in their games. Werder Bremen have their games average 3.5 goals per game, and over 1.5 is 24-2 this season. Mainz games average 3 goals per game, and the over 1.5 is 22-4. So nearly all the games when these teams play see at least 2 goals one way or another. Thirdly, for the third leg of the parlay, we'll go Freiburg and Bayern Munich. Also to go over 1.5, any Bayern game with the amount of goals that they score on their own usually goes over 1.5. In fact, the over 1.5 is 25-1. 25-1 this season in Bayern Munich games. They just lost 2-1 to Freiburg this week in the Pokal, so they're going to be looking for revenge, even though they have Champions League coming up this week. The past 8 meetings when these two teams have played have all seen 3 or more goals, and at least 2 goals have been scored in the past 18 games between these two teams. So let's go over 1.5 with Freiburg and Bayern, over 1.5 with Mainz and Bremen, and go both teams to score over 2.5 between Leverkusen and Frankfurt. That'll get you plus 174 odds. The third parlay I'm going to go to this weekend comes from 2 different leagues, and it's going to start off in the French Ligue 1. There's a big match between Nice and PSG. PSG may be top of the pack in France, but they've lost their past 2 games, 1-0 and 2-0, and actually they've allowed a goal in 12 of their past 13 games across all competitions. Nice still haven't lost under coach Didier Deschamps across all comps. They're undefeated in 14, and they've scored in 12 of 14 games. Nice has also scored in each of the past 2 meetings with PSG. They lost 2-1 earlier this season, and they won 1-0 last year at home. So we're going to pair Nice just to score a goal with a result in the Belgian League. Let's go over to the Belgian Jupiler League, and we have Union Saint-Gilloise, even though they have a huge Europa League game coming up this week, they are also still very much alive at the top of the Belgium Jupiler League, just 3 points back of first place. Their opponents, Gent, are also looking to crack the top 4, being just 1 point back in 5th. These are two of the three highest scoring teams in Belgium right now. USG is second with 63 goals scored, and Gent is third with 61 goals scored. I think we can see a goal from both teams. Let's go both teams to score between USG and Gent, and we'll go Nice to get a goal. That will get you plus 133 odds. And those will be the 3 parlays I look to from European soccer this weekend. Good luck, everybody, this weekend with your soccer bets.